Welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I showed you how to make these cute little ghosts. Today I'm going to show you how to make a mini witch hat that will fit. If you haven't crocheted the ghost yet, I'll leave a link to that video in the description box below. You can use the hat for many purposes, such as a seasonal decor piece, as a doll hat, or even as part of a costume for your cat on Halloween. I used Big Twist value yarn and a size 2.75mm crochet hook. If you'll be using this hat for your ghost, just use the same hook and yarn. If you're new to my channel and love crafty and crochet tutorials, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Now let's have some fun crocheting this mini witch hat. We start with the magic ring. You'll find a link to my double ring tutorial in the description box below. Chain 1 to secure the ring. Put 6 single crochets into the magic ring. You can use the single crochet cross stitch like I'm doing, or just a regular single crochet. Keep in mind that when you're using the cross stitch, it gives you a more dense and smaller stitch. After completing the 6 single crochets, you can go ahead and close your ring. For round 2, we put 1 single crochet into each stitch of the previous round. This portion of the hat will be crocheted in continuous rounds. It's a good idea to use a stitch marker in that first stitch. Continue putting 1 single crochet into each stitch of each round through round 12. Pause the video and I'll meet you at the end of round 12. At the end of round 12, your work should look like this. For the remaining rounds, we'll be using a join rather than working in continuous rounds. I'll demonstrate 2 different join methods that you could use. I'm at my last stitch of round 12. After completing the last stitch of the round, pull the yarn forward. Insert your hook under both top loops of the first stitch of the round, coming from back to front. Yarn over and pull it through to the back and through the loop on your hook. That's a reverse slip stitch. Chain 1. For round 13, we start with a single crochet. Increase in the next stitch, which is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. We'll repeat that sequence 2 more times. Single crochet followed by an increase. Because we're no longer working in continuous rounds, you don't need to use a stitch marker. After the last stitch of the round, pull the yarn to the front. Insert your hook under both top loops of the first stitch from back to front. Yarn over and pull that through the loop on your hook. Chain 1. For round 14, we put 1 single crochet in each stitch. You should have 9 stitches at the end of the round. After your last stitch is completed, We'll finish the round with a reverse slip stitch. Pull the yarn to the front. Insert your hook under both top loops of the first stitch of the round. Yarn over and pull that through the loop on your hook. Chain 1. We start round 15 with a single crochet in the first stitch, followed by an increase. Single crochet in the next stitch. We'll repeat that sequence 2 more times. Single crochet in the next stitch, increase in the next. Single crochet in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next stitch. Increase in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next stitch. We'll do another reverse slip stitch, pull the yarn to the front, insert your hook under both top loops of the first stitch, yarn over and pull it to the back and through the loop on your hook. Chain 1. At the end of the round, you'll have 12 stitches. For round 16, we'll put 1 single crochet in each stitch. You'll have a total of 12 stitches at the end of the round. Finish the round with a reverse slip stitch. Pull the yarn to the front, insert your hook under both top loops of the first stitch from back to front, yarn over and pull that through the loop on your hook. Chain 1. We start round 17 with 1 single crochet in the first 3 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Repeat that sequence 2 more times. Single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Increase in the last stitch. Complete the round with a reverse slip stitch. Chain 1. For round 18, we put 1 single crochet in each stitch. You'll have a total of 15 stitches at the end of the round. Instead of completing the round with the reverse slip stitch, we're going to do an invisible join. I do have a separate video tutorial on how to do the invisible join, and I'll link that in the description box below. After completing your last stitch, pull the yarn to the back. Pull up on the loop and remove your hook. Insert your hook under both top loops of the first stitch, coming from back to front. Put the loop back on the hook and pull it through to the back. Tighten it up by pulling on the hook and the working yarn. You can do a chain 1, but it isn't necessary. I prefer to just go right into a standing single crochet. Single crochet in the first 2 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Repeat that sequence 2 more times. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. At the end of this round, you'll have 18 stitches. We'll complete the round with an invisible join, so pull up on that loop, remove your hook, pull the yarn to the back, insert your hook from back to front under the 2 top loops of the first stitch, put the loop back on the hook, and pull it through to the back. Tighten the stitch by pulling on your hook and the working yarn. For round 20, we'll put 1 single crochet in each stitch. You'll have a total of 18 stitches at the end of the round. Finish the round with an invisible join. When you use the invisible join method, you barely see where the seam is and there's no visible bump on the fabric like you get when you do a regular slip stitch and chain 1. We start round 21 with a single crochet in the first 5 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Repeat that sequence 2 more times. Single crochet in the next 5 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next 5 stitches. Increase in the last stitch. Finish the round with an invisible join. At the end of the round, you'll have 21 stitches. For round 24, we put 1 single crochet in each stitch. At the end of the round, you'll have 21 stitches. Do an invisible join to complete the round. Start round 25 with a single crochet in the first 6 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next 6 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Single crochet in the next 6 stitches. Increase in the last stitch. Finish the round with an invisible join. At the end of this round, you'll have 24 stitches. For round 26, we put 1 single crochet in each stitch. We'll be changing color at the end of the round. Before completing the last stitch, we're going to change colors. So start the last single crochet, drop the first color, put the second color on your hook and pull it through to complete the single crochet. We'll do an invisible join. This is just a little trickier to hold on to because we have 2 yarns. I'll be working over the tail of my second color. We start round 27 with a single crochet in the first 7 stitches. Increase in the next stitch. Repeat that sequence of 7 single crochets followed by an increase 2 more times. I'll meet you at the end of the round. We'll finish the round with an invisible join. At the end of the round, you'll have 27 stitches. For round 28, we put a single crochet into each stitch of the previous round. We'll be changing color at the end of the round. I'm at the last stitch of the round, so I start the single crochet with the color on my hook. I drop the second color and pick up the first color to finish my stitch. Do an invisible join to complete the round. You can see by using the invisible join, we have a nice even stripe. We don't have that jogging that happens if you're doing a regular slip stitch. We won't be using the second color anymore, so you can cut that and fasten off. I like to work over my tails so that I don't have to sew them in. For round 28, we'll be working in the front loop only. Single crochet in the first stitch. Increase in the next stitch. We're going to repeat that sequence 12 more times. Single crochet in the next stitch. Increase in the next stitch. Continue that sequence, and at the end of the round, you'll have 1 stitch left. Single crochet in the last stitch. We do an invisible join to complete the round, and at the end of this round we'll have 40 stitches. Sew in and trim any remaining tails. We start round 29 with a single crochet in the first stitch. Increase in the next stitch. We'll repeat that sequence 19 more times. Single crochet in the next stitch. Increase in the next stitch. Continue the sequence and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Complete the round with an invisible join. At the end of this round, we'll have 60 stitches. Round 30 will be our last round. If you want to be able to adjust the brim of the hat, we'll work a wire into our last round. We also use the wire in the top of the hat so that we can curl it. Insert the wire in the center hole at the top of the hat. Make a little hook and push the wire back into the hat near the center hole. That will hold it in place. You can stitch over the wire as you go. I didn't do that in this particular case, so I'm just tucking the end of that wire into the side. Hold the wire near the top of the last round. I like to hook it around the first stitch just to help keep it in place. We'll do one single crochet in each stitch of this round, working over the wire. I had this wire from my scrapbook stash. You can find similar wire in a craft store, in the floral department, in the scrapbooking department, even at a hardware store. I'm using a yellowish gold wire, which is the closest color that I had to the hat. But you don't necessarily need to have a colored wire. If you're working your stitches nice and tight, no one will ever see the wire. Continue with the single crochet and I'll meet you at the end of the round. I'm just finishing up my last few stitches of this round, and rather than do an invisible join, we'll do an invisible finish. Cut the yarn, leaving yourself about a 4 to 6 inch tail, and pull it through the loop on your hook. You can also trim the wire and tuck it into your stitches. Thread the yarn onto a yarn needle. Insert the needle under both top loops of the first stitch, from front to back. Push the needle through from front to back. Bring the working yarn to the front and hold it off to the left. Insert the needle between the two top loops of the last completed stitch. Push the needle through from front to back. Make any adjustments so that it's the same size as any surrounding stitches. You can bend and shape the brim and the top of the hat to your liking. You can also embellish it with any little charms that you might like. I just happen to have some miniature star and moon buttons that I think would look adorable hanging off the tip of the hat. You can add a really simple buckle using yellow or gold yarn, making a rectangular shape. After completing mine, I realized that I have some little metal buckles from my scrapbooking stash that I'm going to switch out, so you might be able to find something like that at your local craft store in the scrapbooking section. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel.